Hey guys, I hope you're having a great evening. As you saw on the board today that you needed to take notes on the video on word problems. This was very similar to your bonus on your quiz today, and many of you got it right, so this should be a piece of cake for you. Okay, first word problem. And remember, I'm going to read it quickly and then get started. You can always pause it and write the problem down. But the first problem says, Miss Nido bought 5 shirts and 3 ties for $102. Miss Stout bought 8 shirts and 3 ties for $147. How much does each cost? Meaning the cost of 1 shirt and the cost of 1 tie. So the first thing you want to do...
Maya Nambiar, please come to the front for a message. Maya Nambiar.
Sorry about that. So the first thing you want to do is define your variables. Well, we have 2 things here, shirts and ties. So I'm going to let X be my shirt. And usually the way I do it is whatever comes first in the problem is what I'm going to call X. So then whatever variable is second is going to be my Y. Okay, so shirts are X and ties are Y. So now, Miss Nido, aka me, bought 5 shirts and 3 ties for $102. So I can write that as 5 shirts, 3 ties, oops, I didn't mean to put a T, 3 ties for $102. Miss Stout bought 8 shirts, 3 ties for $147. So 8x plus 3y is equal to 147. Now, I have both equations in standard form. Everything is lined up. So now we can use one of the methods that I've taught you. The nice thing is I have a 3y and a 3y. So if I just subtract, which really means I'm doing what? Hopefully you said adding the opposite. And now I'm left with negative 3x is equal to, different sign subtract, remember the bigger number goes on top, you should get negative 45. Divide by negative 3.
Are now dismissed. All students have been dismissed.
So x is 15, and you need to let me know what is 15. That's 15 shirts. Now, I need to find out how many ties. So obviously I take my number, take x, plug it back in. So 5 times 15, I'm off the page, sorry, plus 3y is equal to 102. 5 times 15, subtract 75, and when I subtract here, I get 27. Oh, I'm off the page again, sorry. Divide by 3, so y is 9. And what does that represent? 9 ties. So we bought, I'm sorry, it's not 15 shirts, it's $15 per shirt, and it's $9 per tie. So each shirt costs $15, each tie costs $9. Next problem. I am creating a test worth 100 points. It has 30 questions. Problems are either 3 points or 4 points. How many 4-point questions are there? And how many 3-point questions are there? Again, pause the video, write the word problem, and then resume so you can work the problem with me. So again, I'm defining my variable. And I said whatever comes first is going to be my x, whatever second is my y. Well, what comes first says I'm going to have 3-point questions or 4-point questions. So my x is going to be my 3-point question. My y is going to be my 4-point question. So now what am I doing? I'm creating a test of 100 points, and there's 30 questions. Okay, well, questions are either 3-point or 4-point. So my first equation, I'm using this information right here. So I have x plus y is equal to 30, meaning there's 30 questions. They're made up of those different types. Now we're going to talk about the point value. I have 100 points. And where am I getting these 100 points? Okay, X are 3-point questions, so every question, every X is 3 points. Every Y is 4 points. Now I have my equation. Now in this one, I don't have a coefficient that's the same, so I have to multiply one of my equations by something to get it to look like the other. I'm going to multiply my numerator, or not my numerator, my top equation by a -3, therefore my x's will cancel. This gives me -3x plus -3y is equal to -90. Rewrite my second equation. Now I have a -3 and a +3. I can add the two equations and my x's go away. -3, +4 gives me 1y. -90, +100 is 10. And what does this mean? There are 10 y. Y is 10. My y, if you look back up here how we defined it, y is 4-point questions. So I have 10 4-point questions. So if I have 10 4-point questions, when I plug it back in, X is 20, and X represents 3-point questions. So those are my answers. Okay. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is go to page 39 in your packet and do just problem 14 and 15. And that's all you have to do for homework tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. I will get the grades entered this evening for the quiz that you took today. See you guys tomorrow.